Good evening. Good to have you with us tonight for our live broadcast of Detroit's State of the City address.
A quick programming note to pass along to you. If you're looking for Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, which I know a lot of you are, they'll be airing at their scheduled times on MeTV.
Meantime, let's take a look here inside the General Motors Factory Zero plant, which is along the Detroit-Hamtramck border, and that is where Mike Duggan will be, the mayor, to deliver this ninth State of the City address. We're getting close to that from the mayor outlining his priorities and his vision for the city. We had thought a lot of things are going back to being in person, but still a virtual event, at least for this year. You already see a lot of the folks who are going to be joining on Zoom.
That's right. In the past couple of years, Duggan has had to navigate throughout this pandemic, as we've said. Tonight's address comes just days after the mayor unveiled a new $1.2 billion budget, and he says federal COVID funding has run out and it's time to restore the budget to pre-pandemic levels, and explained some of the reasons why.
Interesting thing has happened. We are still being hit by the lack of downtown office workers paying the non-resident income tax. The reason we are able to give a status quo budget is essentially because of something that I know our Representative Durhal was a part of, but it was the internet gaming law.
So there's money around. What to do with it now? What are the priorities ahead? Let's head over now to the General Motors plant, where Mayor Duggan has been making a few early introductions, but now ready to begin the State of the City address.
99 years from when they built their first Detroit headquarters on Grand Boulevard, now to the Renaissance Center. And this site is very important to a lot of Detroiters. Mayor Coleman Young cleared out the 400 acres for this plant in the 1980s when Detroit was heading to the day where there was going to be no auto plants in the city of Detroit. It took an extraordinary effort by Mayor Young to do that, and because of that today, we are set up here for the next 40 years. And I couldn't be more appreciative of Mary and Mark letting us do the speech, and you can see the new Hummers and soon the Silverados and the Origins be coming off this line. And to the UAW, whose negotiation made this possible, UAW leadership just did a terrific job. I want to talk for a minute about something that's really dominated our lives for the last 2 years, and we're moving to a new stage. These are the COVID cases in the state of Michigan. They've dropped dramatically as Omicron has worked its way through. Hospitalizations in Detroit are down dramatically. We're moving to a new phase of what's called an endemic stage, and basically that means something we're going to learn to live with. It's not that it's not dangerous, not that we don't be careful, but there are other diseases like chickenpox and seasonal flu that you're used to, and at times they spike. At times schools are closed for chickenpox and seasonal flu, and I'm sure as strains emerge on COVID, we're going to have to respond as well. But as we move back to normal, I want you to know the city of Detroit is going to be ready. Anytime a new strain causes a spike, we will instantly be back in action with testing, with vaccines at our central facilities. And so we will be there for you. But it's time now to start to talk about some other transitions, and one that's been really important to me, because we are in the middle of the city of Detroit in transitioning from blight to beauty. And why do I say that? In 2012, I was in Washington, D.C. when I was working at the Detroit Medical Center at a conference. And somebody said to me, we got a museum here with a Detroit exhibit. You got to go over and see this. And I said, that's great. What is it? The history of the automobile industry being featured in D.C. And said, no, that's not it. I said, how about the Arsenal of Democracy, where Detroit helped win World War II? That's the exhibit at your National Museum? No, that's not it. Motown, it's got to be at Motown. No, that's not it. What they were featuring in the National Museum were pictures of the ruins of Detroit. And I couldn't believe it. I said, who's low enough that you would go to a museum and look at pictures of another city's misery? But apparently, there's a following for this, because next, there was a Detroit exhibit in London at the Wilmot Gallery. You know what it was? The decay and ruin of the city of Detroit. So over in London, they were going and looking. And then we went global. They had a Detroit exhibit in Paris and in Amsterdam and in Zurich, in Brussels, even in Monaco. And every single one was images of the decline of this city. It made me extremely angry as somebody who was born here, raised here, worked here. my whole life. It really was a major factor in me deciding to leave a job I loved at the DMC and those healthcare workers who I love working with every day. But it was just getting embarrassing. This is a great city, and I wanted it to be seen as a great city. And so we started out looking at this, and the interesting thing about all these exhibits, it produced a tourist industry. People came to Detroit. Can you believe this? And so they had ruin tours. People came from around the world. TripAdvisor gave us 4 stars on the Ruin Poor Tour to do this. The New York Times wrote an entire feature on people who were coming from around the world just to stare at the decay of Detroit. And so for anybody who's from here, it made us pretty darn mad. And so when we went in and looked at this, basically this ruin tour, this national and international reputation was 12 buildings. They were the ones that got it. The Book Tower was closed in 1997 when they turned the power off for unpaid bills. The Metropolitan Office Building, been abandoned downtown since '77. It was famous because it had been abandoned for so long a tree started to grow out of the roof, which made interesting pictures. The Zombieland buildings drew a national following. The United Artists Theater building closed in '83. The Hudson site, of course, left a hole in this community when the building closed in the '80s and was later demolished in the '90s. On West Grand Boulevard, right next to Northwestern High School, this tower has been sitting abandoned for an entire generation of high school kids to walk past. The Fisher Body Plant, which has been closed now since 1984. You saw it on the freeway as you came here. The Cadillac Stamping Plant that had been closed since '86. The old AMC headquarters, AMC moved its headquarters in '73, ultimately moved everybody out. Chrysler did by 2009. Of course, the Packard Plant, which closed in 1958. The Michigan State Fairgrounds, which the governor closed in 2012. And the symbol that followed us everywhere, the Michigan Central Depot. And so when I came in, I said, if we are going to change this so nobody ever comes to this city again to go around and look at our decline, we need to take these on. And so I started by looking at the overall picture. And you can see why people were so interested. 12 sites have been abandoned in Detroit for a combined 475 years. Seemed hopeless back in 2012 and 2013, didn't it? But we started with the train station. And it started with a conversation when Matt Maroon came to see me and wanted some land, and I said, I'll be glad to talk to you about some land. Here's what I want. You're going to put windows in every opening in that train station. And he said, it's going to cost me $1 million to put windows in a vacant train station. That's crazy. I said, do you want the deal or not? And so they signed an agreement, and the Maroons put windows in all the stations. And it was amazing. I got attacked. People said we were putting lipstick on a pig. You're wasting money. And of course, the critics, not only did they say we're wasting money, they said they were the wrong windows. And it made me realize this city has been so beaten down for so long that nobody could see the potential. I looked at that train station, and I remember the way it was when it was open and people were inside. I saw beauty. But an interesting thing happened. When they started putting the windows in, the effect on the city was electric. People were driving by saying, you know, that train station's beautiful. Maybe it can be saved. And now companies started to come through and say, maybe this has potential. And ultimately, we found a visionary leader, Bill Ford. He had this vision that he was going to create a campus where they were going to design the electric vehicles and the automated vehicles of the future, not just Ford employees, but all kinds of small entrepreneurs, a campus where everybody would want to be. He was looking for an iconic building. And because we had the train station, Bill Ford is turning this eyesore into an anchor for a neighborhood of beauty and invention. And so the planners I talked to said, if you could get 2 or 3 of these sites done while you're here, it'll be a real success. I said, we didn't come here to do 2 or 3. Let's see if we can solve all 12. And of course, we had help. Dan Gilbert committed $300 million to a 3-year complete restoration of the Book Tower, and it is going to open this year. 38 stories of residential office buildings and shop. It's going to be beautiful. And of course, Dan took his share of grief for taking on the long-abandoned Hudson site, but he is nothing if not tenacious. And now we have life rising out of the ground, and in 2024, he's going to take that site and reshape the city skyline. The Park Avenue Zombieland building, Chris Illich did us a favor and demolished it. And the abandoned Eddystone building next door, Chris Illich took that and renovated it into beautiful new apartments that opened last year, setting aside 20% of them as affordable units right next to Little Caesars Arena. And the United Artists building is going to break ground this year on a complete renovation. And I love this. 6 longtime Detroiters, Emmett Moten, Richard Hosey, Tom Goss, Roy Roberts, Larry Brinker, Jim Thrower came together and said, we're going to do this as Detroiters and rebuild this building, and that work is about to start. Dave DeRita and the Roxbury Group came to me, and the Metropolitan building, the building that had the tree growing out of it, it was on the demolition list. We're ready to knock it down. They said, don't do that. We think we can save it. They took it over in downtown Detroit, and in 2019, it has been opened as one of the most beautiful hotels you've ever seen. And now we're starting to see hope. And so when DeRita came back and said, I'll take Lee Plaza, we were glad to make that agreement with him. And now they are going to renovate that into low-income housing for this city. And I want to thank Councilmember Coleman Young, who fought for this from the beginning, to get Lee Plaza renovated and to make sure that housing is available for our lower-income residents to have a place to be. This is going to be a great success. Cadillac stamping, my friend Jim Nicholson owns PVS Chemicals next door. He calls it the Hudson plant. It really was. It was originally the Hudson Motors plant from the days when the big three were, of course, GM, Ford, and Hudson. I keep telling Jim he shouldn't tell people he still remembers when it was the Hudson plant. But that's how old this building was, and it seemed hopeless. And we found a partner, and with North Point, they are building a 400-employee Lear seating plant that's going to make the seats that go into this factory on the electric vehicles. And I can't say enough to Shilpan Amin from General Motors, who really urged Lear to do this, and Ray Scott, the Lear CEO. We're going to take that building that hasn't done us any good for years and have 400 good-paying jobs on the site. And then you get to AMC headquarters. And for people who lived in that era, they remember, AMC decided to move its headquarters to the suburbs in 1973, the same year that Coleman Young was elected mayor. And the racial message on that decision was unmistakable. They cleared out to the suburbs when they saw that. And so they left some people behind for some years, but it got worse. And ultimately, when they sold it, the buyer stripped it out. Fred Durhall deserves enormous credit for fighting on this one. And last week, City Council approved the sale of that property to North Point. They're going to do the same thing they did over on the Cadillac stamping site. And I should have mentioned on the Cadillac stamping site, the person who shepherded that through from beginning to end was Councilman Scott Benson. We've been working with the council members in the districts on one project after another, and that partnership continues to work. And then this week, the abandoned Fisher Body plant, which may have been as tough as one I've seen. And you saw the announcement. Greg Jackson and Richard Hosey, 2 Detroiters, said, we're taking this on. We're going to turn it into 435 apartments, 20% affordable, right down the street from where we are today. We're rebuilding the abandoned Fairgrounds. And $400 million Amazon Center with 1,200 jobs is going on to that site. But that wasn't enough. That Fairgrounds has a lot of emotional attachment. I took my kids there to see the Shrine Circus and the Coliseum, took our kids to the Fairgrounds. I saw all kinds of concerts at that band shell. And so we met with the neighbors and said, what do you want? And the neighbors said, the first thing we want is we want some activity, some jobs there. But second, we'd like you to take the money Amazon pays you and make a park in our neighborhood. And that was a conversation I had with the neighbors. And so they designed the park, and right across State Fair, we built a brand new park that's already being enjoyed by the neighbors. Then I went over and had the same meeting with the neighbors to the east, and they said, we'd like a park. And so we took more of the Amazon proceeds and we built them a beautiful place on their side. Then we took the band shell, which has emotional attachment to a lot of us, and we met with the neighbors to the west in the Palmer Woods, Sherwood Forest area. And they said, we'd like to have that band shell relocated to Palmer Park. So now we have a concert site, and we've saved that historic building. We took the historic dairy cattle building on the Fairgrounds, and instead of knocking it down, we're turning it into an indoor transit center. 30,000 bus riders a day cross past 8 Mile and Woodward. Now they're, instead of waiting outside in the rain and the cold, they're going to be indoors in a beautiful center. And the State Fair Coliseum, nobody's used it since the Wayne State hockey team folded in 2008. There's no use for it, but there sure are a lot of memories in this town. And so we're preserving the facade. And you see where it says Coliseum Park there? That's the facade of the old Coliseum, and we're building a new park for Detroiters on the site. And so you can see what it's going to look like. The Coliseum Park on the left, the transit center on the right. This is the way we're reusing these iconic properties to build the city that we want. So we've addressed 11 terrible ruins, but we left the worst for last, and you all know what it is, the Packard Plant. But the Packard Plant's actually 47 separate buildings, and it's got 3 owners, despite what you read in the newspaper. The yellow section's owned by the city of Detroit. The blue section is owned by a private company called the Display Group, and the red section is owned by a private owner who we are suing because he hasn't done a darn thing to deal with the blight in the 8 years that he's owned it. And so the city was not sitting by. We've already, since 2017, demolished 100,000 square feet of abandoned factory that was our responsibility. And this year, we're going to take the rest of our property, we're going to demolish most of it, and we're going to leave frontage on Grand Boulevard that we're going to redevelop. So you can take the shell of the old Packard plant and turn it into something positive. Right next to 94, the Display Group, where that blue part is, they've reused it. They've proven you can reuse parts of this plant. They are the ones who provide you with equipment and novelties for your corporate events. If you're going to have a corporate event, they got 285,000 feet of stuff. Display Group is who you call. And so now we have filed suit. Trial is scheduled this week. And after 8 years of broken promises, I'm very confident that Chuck Ramey and our law department will finally remove the owner that's inflicted this blight on us for the last 8 years and allow us to move forward. That's what we've done in 8 years. But I want to make sure there's no chance somebody comes around with a new camera and takes new pictures. So we made a list of the next 100 they might go, and we're going to start this summer with the incinerator, which we closed down 2 years ago. And I want to make sure it gets demolished so that no future administration can ever spew that, those fumes back in the air. And so that'll be the next step in our process. Of course, the blight removal I'm most proud of is in the neighborhoods. And Ms. Marble been living between 2 abandoned houses for years. You could tell she was pretty happy when we got to the ones in her neighborhood. But in 2013, my campaign theme was every neighborhood has a future. People said, oh, he doesn't believe it. Here's the thing. I really did believe it. I did believe every neighborhood in this city has potential. We've now removed 23,000 vacant houses from this city. And under Proposal N, our priority is removing vacant houses next to occupied houses. We're going to every block, and if you're in a house and there's an abandoned house next to you, that's our priority to take down so that you can go to sleep at night not worrying that the vacant house next to you is going to catch fire and spread to your house. And you can see how it's making the remaining neighbors significantly safer and making their property worth more. I'm more proud of the 11,000 vacant houses that we've saved and restored, that we have sold, because we had a lot of good houses in this city that shouldn't have been knocked down. And so I'll just show you a few. This house on Bedford that should have been demolished, here's how it looks today. And this house on Mount Vernon that would have always been a demolition in the past is beautifully restored with a family in it today. And this house on Corville that looked like it had been given up on has been restored today. We are 2/3 of the way through the abandoned houses in the city. And I expect in the next 4 years that we are either going to demolish or renovate every abandoned house so no child in the city ever grows up on a block where they have to walk past Blight and feel bad about their neighborhood. In 2021, we enhanced the neighborhoods by cleaning 1,700 alleys, and we'll clean 2,000 more alleys in 2022. We're turning vacant land back to neighbors, selling side lots to Detroiters for $100 each. 20,000 Detroiters have now bought a side lot to allow themselves to add gardens or neighborhood parks. And now we're getting ready for our next project. The Land Bank's calling Create a Project, and I'm talking now to every block club president, neighbor association president. We're now going to move to all that other vacant land. And if you have a vision for your neighborhood, that you want to create a park, you want to create a garden, you can come in and buy the vacant lots that are down the street. Make a garden, make an ice rink, or build a play space like the Moore family did for the neighborhood. And we're ready to start selling the property, and Council President Mary Sheffield has been working on a plan with us to offer grants of $500 to $15,000 to neighborhoods, so when they take over the land bank property, they've got some help in fixing it up. That's where we're going next. And so it's taken 10 years, but Detroit's total residential property value, it's recovered. You saw how far it dropped when things look hopeless. This year, it came all the way back because the home values in the city rose and averaged at 30% this year. And the good news is, because of the state constitution, your taxes only went up 3%. But I'd like you to look at this map, because the dark green areas went up 10 to 30%. The blue areas went up 30 to 60%. When I started, there were a few green and blue areas in downtown and midtown. But now look at our city, from the west side to the east side to southwest. Property values rising in every corner. This is what every neighborhood has a future looks like. So rising property values are a source of great wealth for our homeowners. And I do want to thank Gabriela Santiago Romero, who's been lobbying for this plan now to move the property into the neighborhoods. But we got a second issue, because of course, if you're a homeowner, your wealth has grown greatly. But if you're a renter, you have the potential of being pushed out. What do we do about the folks who stay? And so we have made a commitment from the beginning to protect affordable housing. We are one of the few states in America that when low-income housing expired, the federal tax credits expired, we never let a single property go to market rate and push people out. Every single time, our housing folks have sat down and extended the agreements 20, 30, 40 years. 6,000 units. The people living in them are secure for another 20 or 30 years, and the other 4,000, we're going to secure every single one. But it isn't enough to protect the people who are there now. We need to build more units. And we've already built 1,200, with 800 more coming online. During COVID, there was enormous pressure when people couldn't pay their bills that they were going to be evicted. With the help of the federal government, we've prevented 3,000 evictions through the federal SARA program. $113 million have been paid to landlords, because it wasn't fair for the landlords either not to get the money they were entitled to. It was an amazing effort, and it's been successful. But that money is going to run out this fall, and the question is, what are our tenants going to do for lawyers? And Council President Mary Sheffield, I know, is going to come forward very soon with a plan to provide legal representation to low-income tenants, so that if your landlord is attempting to evict you unfairly, you will have protection. We are going to be conscious of every single resident in this city as we work toward recovery. Here's the other thing we're doing, and this may end up being the most important. This spring, we're going to launch a new housing locator website. Right now, as people in this city know, if you want to find affordable housing, it's all over the city. You have to call each individual apartment manager, find out if there's a vacancy, find out what the qualifications are. It's an almost impossible task. We are creating a single site where all of the affordable rental property will be in one location. You can see the qualifications. Do I have to be over 60? Do I have to be a certain income? Do I have to, can I have kids in the site? And you're going to be able to see where the housing is so that you can move more smoothly from one location to another. And we also want a city where not just every neighborhood has a future, but a city where every Detroiter has a future. And we start with our children. And we remain one of only 2 or 3 cities in Michigan that guarantees college tuition to every child in our community. Every Detroiter who graduates from a Detroit high school can get a college scholarship. In many cases, and I've had real estate people, when they go to sell houses, say, you know, if you buy this house, with it comes college tuition. It's a very great attraction. 1,200 of our young people are attending college today with scholarship funds from the Detroit Promise. And the way it works is, if you're accepted at a 2-year community college, we cover your tuition. You don't have to worry about it. If you're accepted to a 4-year university with a 3.0 and a 21 on your ACT, and that's actually been waived during COVID, your tuition is also covered. So you can tell your young people, when they're 13 and 14 and 15, they might be growing up thinking, college is not going to be for me. But because you're in the city of Detroit and going for high school in Detroit, you have college guaranteed. That's the kind of commitment we should be making. Those of us who had summer jobs know how formative they were, but 8 years ago, there weren't summer jobs in the city of Detroit. But everybody, starting with GM and DTE, Mark Royce was one of the first, came together and put every summer job program under Grow Detroit's Young Talent. 8,000 young people are employed every summer in this city. And you can sign up right now, gdyt.org. If you're a young person who wants to work, you click on apply. And if you're an employer who's willing to take a young person, just click on hire, and I promise you, you'll be better for the experience. Since the 1980s, City of Detroit has closed more than 20 recreation centers. And this is something that always bothered me. When the budget got tight, it seemed like the kids got cut first. And since she's been elected, Council Member Mary Waters has been nonstop about, we've got to provide more opportunity for these young people. She's become a very forceful advocate for our children. And so we said, we're going to reverse the trend of closing rec centers. We're going to open rec centers. And we already had gotten a couple of done. We started with the abandoned Lipke Center at 7 Mile and Van Dyke that was about to be demolished. And Mitch Hannibal in Say Detroit, and of course Matt Stafford, who's going on to great success elsewhere, paid for that football field, but they're running a rec center that has really helped the rebirth of that neighborhood. And in Southwest Detroit, we built a brand new Kemeny Rec Center in an area of the city that has often felt like they have been forgotten. But now we're moving on. The Dexter Elmhurst Community Center has been closed, and there's really not much opportunity there. And a community activist named Helen Moore has been fighting for years to keep this center open. She's really been a force of nature in making sure there's an activity. But with the help, again, of Councilman Durhall, we're about to take that center over, rebuild it, and provide the kind of recreation that the people in that Dexter Elmhurst neighborhood deserve. Then we're going over to the east side to Chandler Park, which has great outdoor activities. It's a beautiful park now, but for indoor activities in the winter, we don't have much to offer. And so, again, with Councilmember Letitia Johnson, we're going to build a new sports dome to provide year-round activities in this east side neighborhood. The Farwell Center that I know Councilman Benson's been working on, the neighbors there here for a while said, we've got a little community center, we don't have a gym for recreation. And so, because of President Biden and the American Rescue Act, we are in a situation where we're going to be able to add a gym. And the Lennox Community Center down in Jefferson Chalmers was abandoned 10 years ago. Roger Penske stepped up with a $5 million donation, and we'll be opening this center next year. And probably the single biggest advantage we give our kids is full-day pre-K for all 4-year-olds. And I want to thank Governor Whitmer, I want to thank Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, House Speaker Jason Wentworth. They have been constantly on our side. I think we're going to get it through this spring. And a special thank you to our entire Detroit delegation. It's amazing the bureaucracy that will fight you on something as simple as making sure every 4-year-old in this city has quality pre-K. But I'm confident we're going to be able to get it done. And what about our adults? As during the Great Recession, we had the highest unemployment rate in America. We had 30%. And there was a complete lack of opportunity because the jobs weren't here. People use the term inclusion, and I've heard people say, inclusion, you just mean you want special treatment. No. Here's what inclusion means. When the country is hiring people and none of the jobs are near you, you are not included. And we did not have jobs in the city of Detroit. So we went very hard to change that. We brought the jobs back with manufacturing jobs like Flexingate, the new Jeep plant that's hired 5,000 people down the street, 400 jobs at Dakota that's supplying parts to the Jeep plant, 100 jobs at the Wolverine packing plant, 500 tech jobs announced by Major L next week coming to the city of Detroit, hundreds of healthcare jobs at Henry Ford Hospital, and Arn Tellin and the Pistons have partnered in a way that provided hundreds more, and hundreds of construction jobs. All these jobs are here in the city. And this one, to me, is special because you want to get into the construction trades. I sat with Tom Lutz and the head of the Carpenters and Millwrights. And I said, here's the thing. If our young people have to go far away, that's not inclusion. And so the Carpenters and Millwrights built this new training center in the city of Detroit. But Tom said to me, okay, one thing, if I'm going to build this center in the city, when jobs come along, I expect you to fight for me to make sure they're using the local union. And I said, Tom, I think that's a fair arrangement. And I'd like to show you now the story of what I believe inclusive development looks like. We have had more construction in this city in the last year than we've had in half a century. One project after another after another. This is the old Tappan School site that's in a neighborhood that needed some development. What you have now is a huge building trades training center located in the city of Detroit. This is something that I think many of us could only have dreamed of.
I'm helping build Detroit's future.
I'm proud to be a Detroiter building Detroit.
My name is Derek May and I'm a first-year apprentice. I'm a carpenter, so we do like drywall, finish work. I never thought I'd be doing this. What I like about this job is learning new skills, new environments. Having the training center here in Detroit is bringing attention to certain people who would never even think to come into a trade like this.
We're at the new Amazon being built here in Detroit. It's over 4 million square foot of package handling conveyors. It's one of the largest in the country. I'm proud to be standing where I am. I'm proud to see all of our members, all of our apprentices. The mayor was instrumental in working with the carpenters and millwrights to even get a chance to be in here and to work on this project. We could not get this done without our apprentices. We've got over 60 to 65 Detroit residents from right here in the city that we're really proud that we're able to work with. And by doing that, that's where they're getting all their hands-on skills.
I'm a student at the training center. When we were in school, my teacher or my instructor would give me a call and tell me that it's a job available. This one was Amazon. It was just a big learning experience, really.
I have been helping build everything you see in here. It feels awesome to be a part of something so big in my own city. I feel great about Detroit's future.
So isn't that special? And here's what was interesting about that. The Amazon normally does not hire local millwrights to install all of that factory equipment for 4 million square feet. They bring in a national group. And so I went to Amazon on behalf of our union, and I said, our folks can do the job. They build the most advanced factories in the world here in Detroit. It's not like you're going someplace where they don't know, and they're going to hire Detroiters. Would you give them a chance? Amazon broke their normal policy, hired the local union, hired the Detroiters, and I sat with the Amazon national exec. He said they've never had a better experience. They're going to be using our local union from now on when they do that. But this is what happens when you work together, and I'm just so pleased at the way that that's working out. And so as these companies are coming back, this is the way we're treating them. And we're saying, if you come here, we're going to give you a lot of help. Here's what I want. I want the ability for Detroiters to get the first interview. And so when the Jeep plant came here and we bought them 200 acres of land, I said, I want one thing. I want Detroiters to get first interview. And these pictures were the employee sessions that we held, where we said to folks, you got to be 18 years old, you got to have a high school degree, you got to pass a math and reasoning test, you got to be drug-free. We had 12,000 applicants, and the first 4,100 jobs were hired. All 4,100 went to Detroiters. Except they came back and started telling the other companies, this is great. The city of Detroit does your recruiting for you. If you give them first choice, they take a bunch of your HR costs out of the company. And now Nicole Sherrod-Freeman and Detroit at Work have contracts with 10 major companies, where if you come to Detroit at Work, they will give you the first interview. They're giving Detroiters preference first. But even with all that, today, Detroit at Work has more than 13,000 vacant jobs. And I want to talk to you tonight about what we're going to do about that, because the city that we want to build, we've got to get these jobs filled. And 50% of those jobs require post-high school training. So what do? Well, my friends at JP Chase did a study about 4 or 5 years ago, and they said you have two problems. One is you got to get the jobs closer to the residents, but second, you've got to have your residents have the skills. Otherwise, you're going to build the jobs in the city, and people from outside are going to come take them. People use the term equity. Here, to me, is what equity is. And everybody who grew up in the city knows what I'm talking about. You may have gone to a Detroit public school where you did not get the best education. You may have been in a neighborhood with blight and violence where paying attention to school wasn't your focus. You might have been in a family where you had to drop out of school to bring money in, and you did not complete that education. That is, we have a lot of folks in this town who never had the chance to finish their schooling. And so what equity says is you don't deny that, you admit that it hasn't been equal, and you address it. But up until now, we've never had the money to address something on such a massive scale. Until now, because we have a friend by the name of Joe Biden, who passed the American Rescue Plan. And Detroit at Work now has a $100 million scholarship fund, not for kids, for adults. I don't care if you're 25 or 45 or 65. This is a $100 million scholarship fund for you. And let me tell you how it works, because what we want to do is, if you didn't get a chance the first time through, we're going to help you now. And here's why. How much does it matter to you on education and training? The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that if you went to high school but didn't finish, that high school degree is worth another $10,000 a year. I can see why that's true. Chrysler, for example, or Stellantis now wouldn't interview you for those $40,000 jobs unless you had a high school degree, right? It makes a difference. Here's what else they found. If you currently read below the 6th grade level and you go on to get a high school degree, it's worth $30,000 a year to you in earnings the rest of your life. And if you already have a high school degree, but you add a technical certificate or apprenticeship, it's another $10,000 to $40,000. Think about this. If you work for 20 years making $30,000 more a year, that's $600,000 over your lifetime. And so people in wealthier families, their parents pay their college tuition. They're in a situation where they can earn this. What we're going to do is we're going to accomplish the same thing with Detroit at Work scholars. And there's going to be several of them. We're going to have Learn to Earn to pay you $10 an hour to go to school. If you've already got a high school degree, we'll pay you $10 to $16 an hour to learn a new trade. If you want to work full-time, we'll pay you $15 an hour to work for the city, and we'll send you to schooling for 2 days a week. If you're a returning citizen, we will help get your record expunged and give you support. And if you want to start a business, Detroit is the place you want to be. Because Detroit at Work is training now in 53 different fields. So let me tell you about the first one. Learn to Earn. If you do not have a high school degree, you got to be more than 3 years from your graduation date. I want somebody calling me from King High School tomorrow saying, I want to be paid $10 an hour to go to class. You got to be out for 3 years. You get a free laptop and a hotspot. You can make $200 a week. And if you can't read well enough to get into the GED class, we'll pay you $10 an hour to take literacy classes so you can qualify. Of our first 400 people who applied, 200 didn't make it because they couldn't read well enough to get into GED. And we said, we can't fail these citizens again. Think about the courage it took for somebody who didn't read well to show up for their GED test and be told you can't even qualify. We're going to elevate them. That courage needs to be rewarded. We're going to give you a scholarship to learn to read, and then we're going to give you a scholarship to get your high school degree and go beyond that. We've got 12 different careers. We'll pay you $10 to $16 an hour for your training. Everything from tree trimming academy to driver's license, robotics tech, to demolition workers. Skills for life. If you want a $15 an hour, 40-hour-week job, we'll hire you tomorrow. They're hard-working jobs. You're going to be working in parks and the like. But here's the thing we'll do. You go to your regular outdoor work site 3 days a week, 2 days a week, you show up at your training or education class, and you're going to be paid $15 an hour to get your skills raised. If you're a returning citizen, there are a lot of companies in this town that recognize the value of returning citizens. Detroit at Work has partnerships with all of them. Project Clean Slate, if you're eligible, has already represented 1,200 people and gotten their records expunged. You know what happened? We tracked this. 1 year after their records were expunged, they were making 23% more. You can apply for a whole different group of jobs if you don't have to fill out, I've got a criminal conviction. And then starting your own business, we have in the past put $500,000 a quarter into Motor City Match. And with council support, that's going up to $1 million a quarter. We have 130 companies already open in the city for Motor City Match, and we are going to double this. So if you don't want to work for somebody else, you want to be your own boss, you got Drive for a business plan, you can come try MotorCityMatch.com. And so how does this all work? I just want to show you a story of India Jackson. She could be anybody in this city, somebody that the system had failed, and the city of Detroit stepped in and said, we think you have talent. We think you have potential. We're going to support you. And I want you to listen to her story.
Not having a high school diploma prevents you from a lot of opportunities and getting better jobs. The Learn to Earn program has helped me tremendously to pretty much setting you up to succeed. My name is India Jackson. I am a single mother of 4 beautiful children. During the pandemic, the mayor was giving one of his speeches and happened to mention the Learn to Earn program.
You can start enrolling today. You can get paid $10 an hour for 20 hours a week.
Next day in the morning, I made that phone call, and it was one of the best decisions I could have made. They're actually paying you to learn. I took my classes, I passed my classes, I got my diploma and everything, and everyone's there to help you, to change your life.
After India completed the Learn to Earn program, she went through Detroit at Work and went to the Certified Nursing Assistance program and then went straight off to employment.
Here at Beechwood Manor, I am a certified nursing assistant. I have a dream of becoming a registered nurse. I'm an example of a strong Detroit Black woman that is a single mother of 4 and that you can do it. Ain't nothing stopping me.
Since we made this video a few weeks ago, I just heard from India last week. She just got promoted to a supervisor on that job site. How many people do you know in your life that have this kind of talent that never had the education or training to take advantage of it? And we're here to say that Detroit at Work has got $100 million in scholarships for you. They're available for the next 3 years. This is your college tuition because you stayed in the city of Detroit, because you're still here. We're going to fill those 13,000 jobs. So go to DetroitAtWork.com or call 962-WORK. You can go in tomorrow and they will start you on the process. When I see that 13,000 number, I want to see 13,000 Detroiters filling those jobs. I want to say thank you to folks that too often we take for granted. The DPW workers who cleared the snow, I don't remember a year where the snow removal was this efficient throughout the city. It was just terrific. To the men and women of the fire department who put their lives on the line every day. And we're going to continue our cross-training. We're going to continue to improve the quality of your firehouses. And with Commissioner Sims, we're going to continue to expand the Employee Assistance Program, but you are deeply appreciated by the people of this city. I want to say thank you to the finance team. This afternoon, Moody's just gave us a credit rating upgrade, our 5th credit rating upgrade in 7 years, which is pretty much unheard of. And they highlight in it how you get 5 credit rating upgrades in 7 years was excellent management practices. And the interesting thing is, yes, it's our finance team. Tell you what else it is. It's City Council. Because the thing that the national agencies are saying is they don't see cities where the mayor and the council are both committed to financial responsibility. It's paying off, and they gave us a positive outlook, which means we're not that far away from a 6th credit rating upgrade. We're going to be to investment grade credit rating within a few years, which I got to tell you, we're in bankruptcy. Nobody believed that would ever be possible again. But thank you to folks you probably never see, but are doing a great job in the finance department. To the men and women of DDOT, we know we don't have the service we need. We're immediately going to start with a $5 million expansion in the paratransit service, the demand service for our elderly and disabled, give you a lot better choices. We're going to hire 100 new bus operators this year, 20 new coach service attendants to clean the buses. They are not as clean as they should be, 25 new mechanics. We're going to put 30 new buses on the road. We are going to improve the service. We're not for one moment satisfied with the service we're putting on the road, but we are going to fix it. And for the men and women of DDOT who have hung in there, I just want to say thank you. To all the people who pitched in this summer from the city on the flood cleanups and went into basements and hauled stuff out and hauled it away. And now the water department's about to launch a new initiative to start to protect our neighbors. We're going into 11 neighborhoods with up to $6,000 a house. Again, this is something that Councilmember Letitia Johnson has taken a lead on, but we are going to secure the basements to protect them from being backed up. But these are folks a lot of times don't get thanked. And of course, the men and women of the Detroit Police Department. Crime rate has soared in cities all across America. But when you saw the stories at the end of the year, New York Times, everybody's raising, a city you didn't see was Detroit. Because Detroit last year, the homicides and the shootings went down. In fact, it was major news. Why did it go down in Detroit when it went up in other places? And I'm going to show you the partnership that has done that. And I'm just going to tell you the truth about statistics. You know, I've just driven by statistics. The first 5 months of last year, before we hired Chief White, it wasn't good. I don't have to tell anybody here. Homicides were up last year, January to May, 27%. Shootings were up 44%. We were on the same trend as every other city in America, record homicides, record shootings. But when Chief White came in June 1st, we changed the strategy. And we said, we're going to partner with our colleagues. And County Executive Warren Evans came in and said, we've got a huge backlog in the courts. He put more money into prosecutors and clerks. So these gun cases were being backed up. The people who were on the streets who shouldn't have been, they started to be addressed. Prosecutor Kim Worthy had dedicated prosecutors for the gun crimes, the gun cases that she embedded with the police department. And we started to take the more dangerous people and actually get them prosecuted. Sheriff Ray Washington committed 10 sheriff's deputies to go out with Detroit police and pick up the most violent offenders. And the court backlog, which I talked about a year ago, that's devastated every city in this country, because you got people who have been involved in violence. They aren't in jail because of COVID. They aren't getting their trial because you can't get juries in with COVID, et cetera. Judge Bill McConaughey at 36th District Court and Judge Tim Kenney at Circuit Court, they didn't shy from the backlog. They said, we know this is the case, and we're going to sit down and solve it. And they've changed their practices so that we can move these cases fairly. And U.S. Attorney Dawn Eisen stepped in, but really the entire U.S. Attorney's Office has been partners, Mark Chutko and the entire team. The Detroit U.S. Attorney's Office has been the strongest in America at charging local gun cases, backing us up, and their partners at ATF and DEA and the FBI and the Marshal Service. Everybody's working together. And it's an interesting thing. When Chief White doesn't attack the prosecutor or the judges or the feds and everybody works together, let me show you what happened. Okay? Through May, homicides were up 27%, non-fatal shootings were up 44%. The last 7 months of last year, these are public numbers, homicides dropped 23%. Shootings dropped 27%. Strategy and teamwork matters. Leadership matters. That was a fluke, right? You've seen the stories this year, 2022, record violence in cities across the country. You want to see how we're doing so far in 2022? These are the numbers since through yesterday. Homicides are down 23% this year. Shootings are down 17% this year. Nobody's claiming success. Until we get into the summer months, we're not going to say that we've solved everything. But I will tell you this. If you see the violence continue to come down, it's going to be because the police and the county executive and the prosecutor, the sheriff, and the U.S. attorney and the courts are all working together to protect our residents. But there are a lot of people in the city tell me you still hear gunshots at night. We're not safe. This city is not safe enough. But if you want to do something to help, Chief White just launched something that'll allow you to do it. It's called Rewards TV. And if you go to the city website, we will show you everybody who's wanted on every case and what the rewards are. You can help bring closure to cases, you can report it anonymously, and you can get paid. And I would say we got 2,500 police officers. We got 700,000 citizens in this city. If the citizens will use Rewards TV on what you know and bond with the police department, we can make this city a lot safer. And as the year goes on, you're going to hear more strategies on expansion of ShotSpotter, better use of metal detectors and the like. But we are going to keep going until everyone in the city feels safe. So as Detroit's coming back, who's doing the rebuilding? You know, it's interesting. For a long time, Detroit was a national symbol for building wealth in the black community. And so again, this is a question of inclusion and equity. Are black entrepreneurs benefiting? Are they gaining their share of Detroit's recovery? And if you read accounts, you might have one impression. But I'm going to show you tonight some facts, because we've got folks who are turning this city around. Monday, Greg Jackson and Richard Hosey announced a $135 million investment at the Fisher Body Plant. It's the largest black real estate investment in Detroit's history. They've both been highly successful business people, and they saw this eyesore and said, we're going to do something about it. This is going to go. And so that got attention. That was good. Less attention was 2 weeks before. Sylvester Hester, the majority owner and leader of LM, they're making seats for Fords that are made, Ford trucks made in Western Wayne County. He's opening a seat manufacturing plant in Detroit at the old abandoned Sockty site, 400 jobs. Moses Shepard, Ace Petroleum, is now the second largest black-owned petroleum fuel company in America. He's got a little office on McNichols. He started with a contract from the city of Detroit. He now delivers us 2 million gallons of diesel and fuel to DDOT and to the police and fire department, and does such a good job. He's got a national reputation, and now he's getting orders from all over the country. He is not going to be long before he is the largest. Last fall, Dennis Archer Jr. opened the Meyer Rivertown Market Development on Jefferson. John Thorne and Cleophas Bradley built this 36-unit apartment building you'll see on Gratiot, and they also opened another 25-unit apartment in Milwaukee Junction. Sonia Mays built 23 homes in the North End. Then she restored the Midtown Square Apartments for another 71 units. Then Sonia Mays went and rehabbed another 53 units. This woman is a one-woman rebuilding team. It's been remarkable. Now she's finishing these 68 apartments. She's building from scratch at Sugar Hill. She's restoring 50 net apartments, building 12 new townhouses on Marwood, and she's taken a partner, Detroit Black Food Security Network, with Malik Yakini to build the Detroit Food Commons. Jason Heeden and Chase Cantrell are building Detroit's first black-owned brewery on McNichols, near the Bagley and Fitzgerald neighborhoods. Madi Teray is finishing his construction of new apartments in Brush Park. George Namdi and Rod Hardiman are building this beautiful apartment complex on Grand River, and have just started on another apartment complex with their partner Richard Hosey, also over near Fitzgerald on McNichols. Richard Hosey is also completing a new 36-unit apartment building on West Willis. Jim Jenkins and Chris Jackson are about to complete that huge apartment complex at Woodward and Mack with 204 apartments. The Reverend Dr. Jim Holley residences are under construction on Woodward, across from the historic Little Rock Baptist Church. Amin Irving is going to start construction this fall on a 225-unit apartment building on the riverfront. Cliff Brown built the Co. You've heard about all these, right? Built the Co. with 12 units in West Village in 2018. This year, he's starting on Co 2.0. What he learned in the first 12, he's building another 62. And then in addition to that, he's going to start building in Southwest Detroit a new 78-unit apartment building at Bagley and 16th. Brandon Hodges and Damon Dickerson are going to start construction on a mixed-use building on East Warren. And George Jackson and Malik Goodwin are starting construction this fall on the Mosaic at Eastern Market. Cecily King is going to start construction on 16 townhouses in Brush Park. Brian McKinney is right now moving his headquarters to Detroit, building a new training facility on Livernois. Eddie Carrington will begin construction later this year on an 18-unit building on East Warren. Hiram Jackson is going to start construction on a 90-unit building in Paradise Valley. Bishop Edgar Van, Darrell Carter, Ron McDonald are building 180 apartments and townhouses in the North End. Emery Matthews finished these 12 units that were abandoned near Western High School and are now leased up and beautiful. The high school students are no longer walking past an abandoned building to get to school, and he's going to start in East Warren in the former Arthur Murray dance studio. Here's a story that I don't believe has been told. These owners are investing more than $500 million in Detroit's future. From one end of the city to another, black developers with black ownership are rebuilding the city. And yet, to read the stories, we are not celebrating the accomplishment. But I am extremely proud of what is happening, and I'm hoping in the coming year that we will celebrate all the amazing work that the folks in this community are doing, as well as some of the ones who get a little bit more publicity. But it's time to be proud of what we've done. And our final goal, and I'm going to keep talking about this, they'll laugh at me about this like they did about the train station, but we're going to create beauty and vibrancy in all parts of Detroit, as we did in Riverside Park in Southwest. And on this long vacant stretch of Grand River, where we are going to have built soon with Stephen Ross and Chris Illich, the University of Michigan. Gary Torgo led 7 companies who each committed $5 million, and we took neighborhoods like this on Grand River and rebuilt them, and Councilman James Tate was a huge part of the plan to do all of Grand River. We took Bagley and beautified it to look like that. We took the rundown Livernois corridor and rebuilt it to the Avenue of Fashion. We have taken the walls of the city that were ugly and turned them into beauty, 100 murals at our walls of art. And we took the abandoned rail line that ran through the west side of Detroit, and we are now building the new Joe Louis Greenway, starting at Warren, working up to Plymouth, and taking the ugliest part of this city and making it to some of the most attractive. And this year, we're going to build the spectacular Ralph C. Wilson Park on the West Riverfront. And I hope we'll all come together on this journey, because we're going to stop talking about blight, and we're going to be talking about a city of beauty. God bless you, Detroit. Have a great evening.
For the 9th time, Mayor Duggan delivering his State of the City address, ending it the way he started it, talking about how he's sick and tired of ruin porn, sick and tired of us talking about blight, started with those 11 projects that he saw as the biggest ones to wipe out, and talked about the way each of them are being handled, going through all of that other talk then, and then ending up back with a lot of these beautification projects and the people responsible.
Talked a lot about the neighborhoods, too, which he'd received some criticism for in years past for not talking enough about. Expanding DDOT as well was something else. Full-day preschool for 4-year-olds as well. So a lot coming out of that today in his infamous PowerPoint presentation, which he does so.
We didn't see a script anywhere, as always. It's the way it's become,
All right, well, that does it for us for right now. We will return you to regular programming. We'll see you back here for Local 4 News at 11.